Hey folks, Colin here from Sumthins Recording, and today I'm going to show you one trick to get vocals that will cut through the mix. We're going to be talking about parallel compression and effects today, but before we dive in, if you're ready to go a little bit deeper into the vocal mixing process and perfect your EQ strategy, then I have just the thing for you. It is my ultimate guide to vocal EQ. It's a simple PDF that will walk you through how to EQ your vocals step by step to get polished and professional vocal mixes without any of the guesswork. It is completely free and you can download it below using the link in the video description. Now let's jump in here and look at how we can make these vocals cut through the mix. We're going to be building out this effects chain together here today. Let me play you the vocal how it sounds right now, and then we're going to build out an effects chain that's going to help our vocal cut through the mix even better. So here's the finished mix with the vocal sitting in it now.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step.
That's how our vocal's sounding at the moment, but we want it to cut through the mix a little bit more. We want a little bit more out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to create another bus channel. We're going to call it, we'll call it Vox Cut for the video, but we're going to color it white because I have to color all my effects white. We're going to send it to the mix bus, and we're going to solo safe it. And if you don't know, solo safing in Studio One is shift click and it will solo safe your track. That means when you solo your vocal or whatever's sending to it, it will solo as well. So we're going to come over here to our vocal bus and we're going to send to our Vox Cut here. And we're going to send all the way. And we're going to send post our effects or our EQ chain here because I want to send the finished vocal into this chain. Now we can solo this up and we have a raw copy of our vocal. I'm going to turn off the reverb for the moment. So here's what our vocal's sounding like by itself.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step.
Now, if you watched my video on parallel compression, then this chain is going to look very familiar to start off with because that's what we're going to do first. We are going to add a parallel compression chain. So I'm going to throw in my FET comp here. We're going to go slowest attack, fastest release, and we're going to squash the hell out of this vocal.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to.
So we've got our 1176 compressor in. Next thing I'm going to add in is a limiter, and we're going to cut it even more, or squash it even more here.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps.
So we've got our parallel compression chain now. Let's throw that up and see where we end up now with just our parallel compression chain. Then we'll move on to the fun stuff here.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take
So I'm liking where that sits there. It's giving our vocal a little bit more energy, a little bit more lift, helping it push out front of the mix a little bit further. So we're at negative 22.5. We're going to pull this up for the moment, just so we can add our last piece here. So our parallel compression chain gave us a squashed vocal, so a very even vocal to pull up underneath to get a little bit more energy and to push our vocal out front a little bit more. Now we want to make our vocal cut through the mix without just adding more volume, right? So our parallel compression chain brings up a squashed vocal underneath to add more energy and volume to push it out front. Let's add something to make it cut.
One step and
What we're going to do is we're going to pull in the analog delay here. So there's a couple different ways we can do it. I'm going to do it with the analog delay, and we'll talk about a different way to do it after this.
one step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm in your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps.
So what we did is we put a slapback delay on. So this vocal here now, this effects chain, is 100 milliseconds delayed from our raw vocal, or not our raw vocal, from our dry vocal here. So here's our dry vocal, our normal vocal, and then we have this Vox cut effects chain that we've been working with. We have our parallel compression, and now we're adding a slap delay after it. So we've squashed our vocal so it's flat and even, and now we're putting a slap delay on. And what we're doing with the analog delay that's nice is we have this tape saturation or drive knob that we can distort this vocal to make it more aggressive. This is what's going to make our vocal cut through. So one more time, we'll play with this drive knob, and you notice I pulled the low cut up a little bit further because our vocal was a little bit heavy.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step.
So that sounded pretty cool to me. So let's do the same thing here now. Let's pull it all the way down, and we'll kick it back in with our dry vocal here, and we'll pull it up underneath now, okay? So we have our vocal, and then we have our Vox cut chain with our parallel compression in, and now an analog delay distorted.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your
Now we have something that's helping our vocal cut through. So it's not just a squashed vocal adding more volume and energy. It's our squashed vocal plus an effect plus some distortion helping our vocal cut through the rest of this mix. Now, the alternative way to do this, if you don't want to go so heavy with the delay, so let's disable that, is we can go distortion and then put our delay on the end and just tweak the delay. So let's listen one more time, and we'll just use our red light distortion instead.
one step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to.
So now I've got a distortion that I like. So now what I'll do afterwards is I'll pull in that same analog delay, and we'll use that same slapback delay setting, but we will get rid of the drive setting here, and we'll pull our dry wet knob all the way down. So now we can ease in a little bit of slapback delay on top of our distortion, so it's not just a slapback delay all around.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps.
So now we've got our parallel compression, our distortion, and a little bit of effect on the end, but it's not the whole chain that's the effect. So let's do the same thing here. We'll pull it down and put it back in with our vocal. So we'll ease it up underneath here. So now we can go a little bit higher because it's not just slapback effect.
One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps. We're way too close, but take 3 steps. And I'm into your arms. I'll do all it takes to get to your heart. One step, and it's much too far. I'll take 2 steps.
Now we have a chain that's going to give our vocal more energy, it's going to push it out front, and it's going to help it cut through the mix in a unique way because we have the delay added on the end of it. So let's review our chain here just to finish up here. So we have our 1176 squashing our vocal, about 7 to 10 dB of compression. Slowest attack, fastest release, that's where we're getting that attack from. Then we have our limiter doing about 3 dB of limiting, pulling it down even more, flattening it out. Then we're going to our distortion. So then we're distorting our vocal. This is what's giving it that edge to cut through the mix. And then finally finishing up with a slapback delay. We're only at about 12%, so a little bit of slapback on the end of our Vox cut chain to give it a little bit of effect. I hope that was helpful for you. Like I said, if you're ready to take your vocal mixes to the next level and dial in your EQ settings, then I have just the tool for you, and it is completely free. It is my ultimate guide to vocal EQ. You can download it below and start creating more professional mixes in less time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.